being green. Hey guys, welcome back to the Bucket Think Tank for another round of Comic Run Chat. Oh, Comic Run? Comic Chat? It's been a while. Good lord, it's all I forgot. I even forgot the name of the segment. But, yeah. So we've been busy doing a bunch of other stuff coming on for the Box Remarks podcast, well, the Rose Remarks podcast, and as well as the Comic Run Talk for the Yu-Gi-Oh thing. So we are a bit behind. So luckily, since we're doing the whole 3 issues at a time, we're really only behind on, I think, 2 books? Yeah, and this is one of them. So here we are. So Green Lantern. But first, instead of a Funko, we have a new addition to the family. All right, got it for my birthday. His name is Uncle Waldo. All right. Yeah, I know. So I was looking for Dragonite. It's okay, Uncle Waldo. I was looking for Dragonite, and it was sold out, so it sucks. Looking for Bulbasaur, because you can always use another Bulbasaur. Sold out of Ivysaur, sold out of Venusaur. And just all these Pikachus. This is one Raichu. I'm like, you know what? I'm taking Uncle Waldo home. So yes, this is Uncle Waldo. Alright? But anyway. Let's pick up with Green Lantern by Jeremy Adams. So, we last left off with this, which was a while ago. Sinestro and Hal Jordan had fought. It was a climactic battle. Sinestro even went Red Lantern for a while. It was weird. We understood something was wrong with the emotional spectrum at this time. And we lost sight of Sinestro. And then it's revealed when Razor shows up to greet Hal, that Killowog isn't there. Killowog has apparently died. This whole time we were talking to a construct of Killowog created by Hal. So we then come to Green Lantern issue 7. We found exactly what happened. So we pick up on Oa some time ago, and as an aside, good lord, not Asad's a character from Kingdom Hearts. This all takes place after the events of, it was Jeffrey Thorne's Green Lantern run, which also piggyback off of the story Justice League Last Ride, which also probably piggybacked off something else. Essentially, there's a group called the United Federation of Planets, and it has now seek to become sort of the United Nations in space. All right, so we can all guess it's going to go really, really well. But anyway, they've essentially taken over the Green Lantern Corp. There's a whole big bunch of events that happened in that run, namely the destruction of the power battery on Oa, as well as the loss of a bunch of other members of the Corps, some of which we even ended up in other Corps. It was weird, it was wild, but here we are. So, the delegates from the Federation are here. John Stewart is actually going home to Earth at this point, which will make what's going on in Jeremy Adams in this book weird, because John just doesn't care that, Hal's fighting Sinestro. Okay, whatever. But anyway, he's here to see off the new bosses. It's important to note that up until recently, John Stewart was the leader of the Green Lantern Corps. He's been the leader for a good while. But anyway, the new bosses come in like, okay, so during the events of the last book, your numbers have been diminished greatly. So we're going to sort of prioritize where we do our policing, all right? So that sort of raises some questions with the Lanterns. Like, okay, what do you mean? So, for the record, at least 2 Lanterns patrol 1 sector of space. All right, it used to be 1, but I guess you realize that was stupid. So they changed that. So now there's at least 2 Lanterns patrolling each sector. At one point, there would be 1 Green Lantern and 1 Yellow Lantern during Robert Venditti's Hal Jordan the Lantern Corps run, but that's neither here nor there. And now they want to, okay, so we're going to prioritize certain sectors over others. Primarily with this idea being that, hey, some sectors have people like Superman. Why are we sending Green Lanterns to patrol there? I mean, if anything, you don't need 2 Lanterns, but you still would want a Green Lantern there on the off chance it's something that Superman can't handle, or that he feels, hey, this guy can't be in this sector of space. Could you put him in a science cell? Is what it is there. All right. But, yeah, so it's like, okay, so everyone's getting reorganized, reset out. He's pointing out there's a lot of Earth Lanterns here. Currently, there are 8 Lanterns from Earth. All right? At the same time, that does not happen anywhere else. All right? Very rarely, I don't think there's ever been a time when Green Lanterns came. This many Green Lanterns were active at the same time from, let alone the same sector, let alone the same planet. So it's Guy Gardner, John Stewart, Hal Jordan, Simon Baz, Kyle Rayner, Joe Mullen, and Jessica Cruz. So anyway, so the restructuring comes in. Everyone's been given new assignments. All right, Guy Gardner has been sent to apprehend Lobo, to which Guy is like, I'm in. Hal and Killowog, Drill Sergeant Killowog, best Lantern, is being signed to, well, guard duty. Well, personal guards to the ambassadors as they go to Koregar. Killowog is like, hey, let's just do this. Let's just, see this through. Hal's like, you know what? I'm kind of done. I'm out of here. I'm quitting the Corps. Killowog's like, yeah, sure. I've heard this before. He's like, yeah, sure, whatever. Killowog and Hal have sort of something in common. Actually, something a lot of the Earth Lanterns have in common too is that it's kind of all they have left is being a lantern. For Killowog's case, if I'm not mistaken, his home planet had been destroyed twice, and the second time, his wife and children were there. So this kind of, he's not only the last of his species, he's just kind of it. Like being a lantern is all he knows. So he's going through there. So they arrive on Koregar and they meet Sinestro. Now, in case you have forgotten, Sinestro cannot be trusted, and I love this guy. I love Sinestro. He's a great character in my mind. He is, if you like, sort of take Doctor Doom and fuse him with Black Adam. All right, there's the ego, there's the plans within plans. There's a full-on fact that I will kill anyone who threatens the peace here. All right, no hesitation. All right. But he's also very disciplined, very professional. Oddly enough, he is, I think he was a humanities, theologist, archaeologist? He was actually just a researcher, and everything he does for his homeworld. But he's also cannot be trusted, and I love him. But anyway, so it goes through, negotiations are as they are. Sinestro is sort of being devious, and the problem is, anything Sinestro does gets the ire out of Hal, so there's an argument of back and forth. Hal's talking smack. The delegate's like, dude, I can have you wait outside. So he's like, no, man. No, if he wants to talk, we can talk, all right? But if he wants to throw down, let's remind him of the hacks he needs to beat me, all right? All I've ever needed to make him use the hacks is a regular ring, all right? Let's go, bitch. Let's go. But anyway. He's like, look, Hal, go wait by the ship, and goes from there. As Hal goes off, they are attacked by Sinestro Corps Lanterns. Now, that is interesting. What's going on here? Sinestro seems just as surprised as anybody else when this happens. But anyway, as Killowog deals with the three lanterns, Hal goes to cure the ambassador. And he's fine, but the fight keeps going on and on and on. And essentially, in the ensuing scuffle, Killowog tackles the three lanterns into the yellow power battery and dies. So that's what happened to him. And presumably that is why Hal Jordan is stuck on Earth, or at least exiled Earth. Earth is also under quarantine, so it's all sort of weird. And, Hal's like, I don't know what to do, where to go anymore. Ray's like, okay, that's great and all, but I need your help. The blue power battery has been destroyed. I was like, I'm sorry, what? So, if you don't know, every Lantern Corps has a central power battery. It's a big old lantern, all right? And with that lantern, they can all charge, with that power battery, they can charge their rings, all right? It pretty much holds their element, their emotion there as like an eternal power battery. And if you don't have your own personal battery, you can go in and charge it, but it also constantly charges the rings. Like, how the power battery works tends to be inconsistent as hell. Alright? Sometimes you can just use your lantern, your personal lantern to go in, but it's also understood that the lantern does hold the elemental entity in it. For example, the green power battery holds ion, and for some reason, all the other ones have left my mind. But either way, so next, we're going to run down exactly what happened on Odom. Ray's like, so everything was going fine. You know, we had the blue power battery. It was great. We're all talking about how great Hope was and how we can power up Green Lanterns. And we really only matter if there's a Green Lantern there. So we're kind of not a threat. You know, it is what it is. Goo goo ka-choo. And then, ka-choom, kapow, kabang, explosions. The battery is destroyed. Something's come and got us. And it was all Ray's going to do to escape. He's like, so, I need your help, Hal. Alright? You come help me. Like, I get it. Killowog's death, it was a terrible thing, but you gotta get back in the fight. You gotta help. You don't do Killowog any favors by just, you know, staying here. And Hal's like, so, here's the thing. This ring is great and all, but, I can't fly outside of Earth's atmosphere. Razor thinks, is that really it, or you just not want to go? Because an important thing about the Lantern Ring is that it's powered by will. If you can imagine it, you can do it. Now, granted, there's a bit of a level of like mental strength and willpower to go through with that, but overall, that's sort of it. In the same way that your mind controls your body, your mind, your focus, all of it powers up your ring. All right. So Hal tries to go, all right, fine, I want to get out of here. I'm gonna keep trying, and because it's Hal, he keeps trying and keeps falling, and there we go. So, they're all trying to figure out what to do next, and it's all interrupted by Carol Ferris coming in and going, Hal, where the hell have you been? He's like, oh, yeah, Carol. So, I had to fight Sinestro, yeah, that's kind of what happens. Like, oh, God, Sinestro. Like, she saw that. She's still wondering where he's been, and the question now is, you know, what's he going to do now? And this, again, brings up the fact that Hal has no reason to stay here. And you can call this a bit manipulative on Hal's part. Like, do I have a reason to stay on Earth, Carol? And Carol's like, Carol just leaves. All right, she's not going to play this game, this sort of back and forth. But you also sort of get the idea. All Carol has to say is no, but she can't. All right, because she does love Hal Jordan. All right, she's always going to love Hal Jordan. This is a more messy version of Lois and Clark and a less toxic version of Bruce and Selena. So, which means it's always going to be difficult. So anyway, as Carol walks off, like, okay, fine, we got to figure out what to do about the green, about the ring, trying to figure out what's going on here. So they go see the lovely, the legendary Madame Xanadu. So Madame Xanadu is, well, best to call her a magic user. She is a fortune teller. She's been a member of Shadow Pact and Justice League Dark. So yeah, she knows what she's talking about. She can divine, see, and whatnot. She's supposed to, yeah. So, fun fact, Sinestro was here earlier, a while ago, trying to ask me some questions about, you know, if I could help him out. It's Sinestro, so, you know, I just kind of helped out, you know. And I was like, why didn't you tell me? I had no idea you were even here, man. All right? Like, if I don't look for y'all, I don't find y'all. All right? I had no reason to look for you. Madame Xanadu does her magic. Okay, so let's sort of use the ring here. Let's divine, figure out what's going on here. And he's like, okay, this involves the green. Now, you may think, you mean like the green element? Kinda, sorta. So, when it comes to sort of the emotional spectrum and whatnot, and the powers of the DC Universe, there is the green entity of willpower and the green. Alright? Are they the same thing? Kinda, sorta, no. So, the green is usually under the jurisdiction of Swamp Thing and the Parliament of Trees. Alright? Green, as an ion, is the element of willpower. They're two different things, but there is some overlap because they're green. Alright, it's like the red element of rage, and there's the red, which is like about animals. And then there's the black, which represents the rot, and there's the black element of death. It's sort like those two at least have some, you know, leeway. I guess will is comparative to life and living. So I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, this is all interrupted by the arrival of the new United Federation of Planets approved Green Lanterns. I'm like, okay, a rhino, a bird, and is that a marble? Is that a marble? Might be a marble. So anyway, they're like, hey man, we're here to arrest that guy, Razor, alright? So, hey, you know what? You help us out, we'll put us on your record. Like, I didn't even know there was a lantern, stationed here. Like, okay, guys, I don't know what's going on here, but, yeah, Razor's with me. He's not getting arrested. And it's like, oh, no, see, it's not how this works, man. I guess you're not one of us. Explains the stupid clothes. These diet Jedi now, or whatever. So the fight ensues. Hal's in no mood as he fends him off. And it starts going well, but then all of a sudden, they go from green to yellow. From will to fear. And it's just like, wait, the bird has fear? And the marble goes from green to blue? The marble has hope? It looks like Starman from the JSA run with Jeff Johns. Weird. But anyway, so I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? So, something goes wrong with that one, so they have to leave. And Hal's like, actually, they take Razor. I'm like, okay, so, all right, so what am I going to do? Well, you've got to figure out where that green is, where the green is, and go from there. The answers you seek are where that green is. So Hal's like, fine, I'll go find the green. And he goes to the green. And he arrives there, and Galicia? Anyway, finds a cave, and he's... oh, I messed that up. Anyway, he goes down, trying to figure out, sort of contemplating exactly what's been going on here, and hoping he can find some answers. He comes to a beautiful place, right out of a good old-fashioned late 80s, early 90s animated movie about nature. That's pretty much what it looks like. So it goes through. So as Hal journeys through this new wonderful green wonderland, remnants out of the Great Valley, he's met by Tom Kalmaku from Ferris Air. And like, what are you doing down here, man? Like, dude, I've been tripping out on the wildest dream you wouldn't even believe. So here's the thing. All right, one day I was greeted by a little blue dude. All right, said he was like a guardian. I had to go somewhere. I had like a calling. I left my wife and kids. I just came down here and started building. And I guess I just made the Millennium, alright? It's the home of the new Guardians. It's like, yeah. So, because Earth Lanterns are like kind of terrible at following orders, they made this for Earth. And then he all of a sudden like comes up and like, yes, the green, like this green element just sort of like goes out of him. And, reveals a new central power battery. All right, and it's like the weird, like this is it. They hit a central power battery on Earth. All right, wild. This was Ganthet. It was either Ganthet or Appa Aliapsa. Might be Appa Aliapsa because it can't always be Ganthet doing this. All right, but it was probably Ganthet. So anyway. So Hal charges up, like, hey, his ring reacts to it, and this was created so that the green light of justice may never wane. They picked humans because humans, again, have that innate inability to follow orders. They go with their guts. It's the whole thing that humans are a special kind of trope, which I'm really tired of. All right, like, Earth is special. Why? Because, at least this time was because, like, look, every other species is united and, does what they want. All right, and, does it for the collective, for the group. They always trust their leaders. Nah. Like, you American Lanterns, y'all do not care about who was elected or not. You're the epitome of don't tread on me, alright? You will do whatever you want, when you want. And for some reason, that makes you the best ones to fight the system. Who knew? So anyway, they go up there and there's like, 2, 4, 6 rings, alright? That's interesting because there's 8 Earth Lanterns, alright? Someone's getting left behind. Now I need to count Alan Scott. But Alan's ring is tied to the Star Heart, so I guess you're down. So who's not getting it? Jessica's not getting it. And probably Simon. I think he's going to default to the regular ones. But anyway. So Hal charges up his ring. Beware my power, Green Lantern. I'm sorry, let's get it right. In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light. There we go. So, ring's charged up. It's like, yeah, looks like you're good to go. So I'm going to go now, back to my family. Hope they still want me. And Hal goes off to fly. Like, come on. Yes, he's up. This is sort of Hal getting the best of both worlds. Because Hal's problem is he wants to be a Lantern, but he also wants to be on Earth. He wants to be able to have a life with Carol. He wants to be able to enjoy this planet. But being a lantern, he's always around, and he can't let go of the green ring. He can't let go of that ring. Even when he tried, he felt so terrible without it that he just needed it on his hand to just be able to focus, just to adapt to normal life. But anyway, so he's here, he's feeling great. He's going off like, yeah, let's go save Razor. So he goes off flying, wrecking faces on him like, yeah, where's Razor? Bring me Thanos. Wait, wrong story. Razor, where's Razor? Goes through, wrecks some faces, but it turns out, again, they do the thing where they go from green to another color, this time red. So it's a bit much. It's interesting because I don't think we ever sort of broke down the best way to approach each lantern color. I wonder if there's a way to do that. Like, it's like, hey, Red Lanterns, like, they're so fueled with rage they can't quite think properly. So, you can outsmart them easier than you can outpower them. Like, like they're like, Yellow Lanterns are fast, but, they don't really hit as hard. They go for precision. You're like, maybe, possibly, I don't know. So anyway, Hal gets overwhelmed, comes crashing down, as he tends to do, and he's saved by a tank led by Joe. We're like, need a lift? And that's how the comic ends. Ultimately, these 3 issues were pretty fun. Alright, we found out what happened to Killowog. R.I.P. Sweet King. We found out why Hal's ring works the way it does, or at the very least, what's going on with it. So more than likely, that ring is tied to whatever power source the United Federation of Planets is under. And so now that his ring is charged by the power battery on Earth, he's not bound by that? Or did he grab no, he grabbed a new ring. There we go. I just saw it happen. All of a sudden I forgot. But anyway, overall fun. We're going to see what's going to happen now there on the planet with Joe. Looks like we got a resistance. Joe has gone underground to form an underground resistance. And we'll see what's going on from there. But anyway, with that in mind, let's bring us closer. If you're new to the Bag of Thanks, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, smash the thumbs up button. I'll catch you all later. This is Bag of Thanks signing off. Thanks for watching. As always, may your fandom serve you well.